Chiefs Kingdom ACU crew, welcome back to All Chiefed Up, the #1 independent Chiefs channel on YouTube. The Chiefs have signed Super Bowl MVP running back Kenneth Walker III, and Travis Kelce is going to play another year for the Kansas City Chiefs. We're going to talk about all that much more, but first, do your boys a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help us out. Mike, what about it, baby? The Chiefs come out with a bang in the first day of legal tampering.
Yeah, look, signing Kenneth Walker was huge. The fans have been clamoring about getting more explosive in the backfield. Kenneth Walker III actually does that for you. It was between him and Travis Etienne, I think. A lot of people thought Tyler Algier, who actually just signed a 2-year deal for pretty cheap with, I think, maybe the Cardinals or someone like that. But I think that Kenneth Walker III was the guy that a lot of people were wanting, especially after that Super Bowl performance and that entire playoff performance there in 2025. And the Chiefs done a pretty good job. Now, look, he was offered $10 million per year by Seattle, and it looks like now he's going to be somewhere around 14.35 once it's all said and done. It's being reported right now this was a $43.05 million deal that can reach up to $45 million with incentives, and they guaranteed him $28.7 million.
I think it's a great deal for the player that you're getting. I mean, he's got the pedigree, right? He's coming off of a massive postseason run where he averaged over 100 yards per game. He was a Super Bowl MVP. He was one of the top 3 guys that all fans and all insiders and anyone that knows anything about football thought the Chiefs should be going after in free agency.
Yeah.
That was Breece Hall, who ended up getting tagged by the Jets. And then you had Kenneth Walker, and you also had Travis Etienne. Now, a lot of people thought they were going to lean towards Travis Etienne because he was a little bit cheaper, and they thought he fit the scheme better. But Kenneth Walker's just an absolute home run here. The Chiefs didn't waste any time going out and getting this deal done. And I think it's definitely the right move, especially when you're looking at an offseason where they brought back Eric Bieniemy. They brought in DeMarco Murray. They're trying to make a big impact in the running game this offseason and get back to more ground and pound to relieve some pressure off of Patrick Mahomes, who's going to be coming back off of a major knee injury. So I think this was a smart move, and it's a hell of a way to start the entire free agency.
Yeah, look, I think looking back at the last few years, I'm not going to demean anything Pacheco did for us, but with Pacheco, we almost had to have that running back by committee style. It was always him and Kareem. How did it go? Did we have McKinnon working? Once McKinnon was gone and we didn't have that threat, now Pacheco got a little bit more, workload, and it didn't really pan out. He's running up people's backs. He's not, he's not hitting holes. He's not doing things right. He's not even running routes properly in the pass game. So I think that what Kenneth Walker does for you is it gives you an undisputed lead back here in Kansas City. We've got a true bell cow running back right now. He's a home run threat.
That's the main thing.
Right. He had 10 rushes of 20+ yards back in 2025, this past season. So with the Chiefs constantly facing these light boxes, he should come over here and be able to eat. And guess what? Now they're going to have to put more people in the box. Patrick Mahomes isn't going to be throwing into 8 and 9 guys. Patrick Mahomes is going to be able to eat opposite of Kenneth Walker now. And this is going to be crazy. I think this gives the Chiefs the 1-2 punch that we have not had and Patrick Mahomes has not had his entire career. And this is pretty lethal going forward, to be honest.
This was like the big obvious move that they should have been making for years with Patrick Mahomes. Get a really good running back in here, get a good run game established. That way they can't just focus on throwing 8, 9 guys back into coverage every play and making it muddy for Patrick Mahomes throwing the ball. Dude, you mentioned it, the home run threat here. That's the big thing. The big playability from Kenneth Walker is the main thing. We haven't had that in years. Isaiah Pacheco, I think he didn't have any yards over 20 no carries over 20 yards last season, which is wild. Kareem Hunt only had 1. So the Chiefs effectively had 1 rush for over 20 yards in all of 2025. Kenneth Walker went crazy, did this himself several times last year. He started in the league in the big playability, all those stats, and also he had set records before. He came in as a rookie and had 2 65+ yard touchdown runs in his rookie season. So, I mean, that's what this guy was known for all throughout college. That's what he's been known for so far. He can break one off at the drop of a hat. It definitely makes the defense look at you a little bit differently. They can't keep doing what they've been doing to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs with Kenneth Walker in the backfield.
No, look, in the postseason, he had 65 carries for 313 yards and 4 touchdowns. He can carry a workload. He had to split a lot of time with Zach Charbonnet. They wanted to keep him healthy going into the playoffs. And you've seen what happened when he got all that. Again, the Chiefs faced light boxes last year It was led the league. 47.4% that they face a light box. You cannot do that with Kenneth Walker III in the backfield. You just cannot do it. He is super explosive. He ranked 4th in the NFL since 2022 in carries of 20-plus yards. And just last year, PFF had him rated 88.4, which led the entire league in running back grade, okay? He's versatile. He's a complete back. A lot of people say he can't catch the ball. He has a career catch rate of 83%. I think he fills the void a little bit in that screen game that we've not had since Jerick McKinnon, to be honest. I think he helps there, and he also had, this past season, 31 catches for 282 yards and displayed a high missed tackle forced rate as a wide receiver out there. So look, he's going to be a versatile piece in an 11 personnel. He's going to be able to do lots of things for the Chiefs. I think it's a great signing, Steve, and that goes hand in hand now in supporting Patrick Mahomes. And what else supports Patrick Mahomes? The Chiefs reported today that they are going to bring back none other than tight end Travis Kelce for his 14th NFL season, Steve. And there's a lot of people mixed on this. They're saying that it's reported it's up to $15 million. A lot of fans think that's way too much to pay Kelce for 1 year, but there's a lot of people super excited about it. How do you feel about Kelce coming back for his 14th season?
I ain't mad at it, man. I mean, despite all the rumors and reports that Travis Kelce could be going to a different team that happened literally last night, I mean, we all knew better than that. We knew Travis Kelce was going to play one more year in Kansas City with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. I mean, that's been the plan so far. I never thought that he was going to retire or go elsewhere. Now, the big thing with Kelce being here, he was productive last year, even at his age, 36 years old. He was the second leading tight end in production last year in the entire league behind Trey McBride, who had a hell of a year. So I think getting Travis Kelce back is a good thing. I think you still have to look at tight end in the draft. We have to figure out what we're going to do post Travis Kelce. That's been a conversation we've had for 5 years now. And I think it's time to go ahead and solidify what's going on there. But here's the big thing with Travis Kelce's contract. They're talking about him making upwards of $15 million on this 1 year. Yeah. So how does Brett Veach navigate that? Are you going to give him $15 million and effectively knock your cap all the way to zero? Because after the Kenneth Walker signing, you were roughly $15 to $20 million that you have left in cap space. If you give $15 million to Kelce, you're effectively at nothing. So, I mean, does he give them some void years on that contract? How do they navigate that? Because there's still a lot of holes to fill. Mike, the Rams went and took both of our cornerbacks. Trent McDuffie, we traded him away. Yeah. They signed Jalen Watson today. We have a big hole at cornerback. We all know we need edge rushers. We need somebody to come in to replace Travis Kelce next season. There's a lot of holes to fill here and a lot of, no money, actually, to do anything with. So what are the options here? We got to do something to free up some money. All right, y'all. Y'all got to check out our favorite Kansas City barbecue spot, the legendary Zarda Barbecue. They have 2 locations, one in Lenexa, one in Blue Springs. Get over there and get yourself an $11 lunch. We highly recommend Ashton Gillotte sandwich, the KC takeaway. Get that bad boy with a side of baked beans and, chef's kiss. It doesn't get any better than that. And if you're feeling something a little different, you can grab their new wings. Those things are freaking amazing. And did I mention their sauce game is top tier? So get over to Zarda Barbecue because they're legend. Wait for it. Dairy. And let them know All Chiefed Up sent you their way.
Yeah, we got to get some money here. Look, they can dip into Chris Jones. It's not favored, but you could. You could clear up to about $22.5 million with Chris Jones. You could restructure Trey Smith. You could get upwards of 12.5. You could do it with Creed Humphrey. You could get upwards of maybe $9 million. And then you've got some different cap hits that you could do with cuts. You've got Drew Tranquil still that could save us $6 million. It's about 1.5 in dead money, but you could save $6 million by cutting him. Christian Fulton could save $5 million, but you're going to be up around $5 to $8 million in dead money. I think trading Noah Gray would be an option at about $4 million. You could also cut C.J. Hansen. You could cut Wanye Morris. Anything you do, though, with these guys, you're going to have to refill it on the back end. And you just said that Jalen Watson is now gone with Trent McDuffie over there. Look, there's some different options that we've got to start looking at with the cornerback position unless you just go straight to draft. But I don't think you can just go straight to draft and try to get every one of these key positions in the draft. To me, that's a scary strategy if you want to just start putting rookies into key positions. And you know the Chiefs don't necessarily like to play rookies, even with Noah Williams last year. Yes, he was good when we needed him late, but how good could he have been if they would have trusted him early and often, which they didn't do?
Absolutely. Guys, get in the comments. Let us know how you feel about the Kenneth Walker III signing. Freaking awesome, if you're asking me. Also, how do you feel about Travis Kelce coming back for a year? I know a lot of you guys didn't want to pay him $15 million, but I think you have to love the fact that Travis Kelce is going to retire a Chief and have one more year to maybe go out on a better note than that. Do your boys a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch you next time. Go Chiefs.